Today I've got 5 tips to help you instantly make more three-point shots. These tips will help you correct a lot of common problems players have that keeps them from being able to make their shots from three-point land, and they'll instantly help you. Literally in minutes, you can apply all these tips and see a dramatic difference. Coach Jesse Muench with Get Handles Basketball, where we train harder and smarter so you can play like the pros. If that's something you're looking to do, subscribe and click the bell icon to catch the newest videos. So the first 3 tips all have to do with your release, and then we're going to talk about the rest of your body a little bit more from there. And then at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you my number 1 tip. It's another YouTube video I'm going to have for you that can instantly help you make more shots in seconds. If players are missing shots, this is the one thing I always have them do, and without fail, every time I've had them pay attention to this, they see an instant improvement in their ability to make shots. First tip is make sure you're fully extending that arm on your release. A lot of times I'll see players when they're doing three-point shots, they're really trying to like heave that basketball up there, and so when they do that, they kind of short arm their release, or they'll bring that arm right back down. So make sure you get a good full extension on that arm and hold it up there. So a thing you can pay attention to is when you're shooting, make sure your feet land and that arm is still in your position where the elbow is locked out. The more you can do that, the more consistency you're gonna have on that shot and the better range, because now you're getting full extension on that elbow to get more power into your shot. Click that like button if this tip helps and leave a comment, say this helps. Second tip, make sure on that release that the arm is high. So you don't want to have it straight forward like this. That might get the ball to the rim, but the trajectory won't allow the basketball to come over the rim and drop down in. It's going to come right at the rim like that. Not what we're looking to do. So ideally when you release, you want your elbow at about 11 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock, somewhere in there, but you don't want to have it straight forward like this or straight up like this. One thing you can pay attention to is that your elbow is just above your eye line when you release. That should get it about to the position that you want. Drop me a comment. Let me know what NBA player you think has the prettiest shot from three-point land. Third tip, make sure you're getting that wrist involved in a full wrist flick. So obviously flicking it down, that's a big one, right? So another thing you can pay attention to on your release when you land is elbow lock and wrist curl down. But the other part of it is getting the wrist bent back to get power. So flicking it forward will give you power, but the further you get it back, the more power you'll be able to get on that shot much more easily. I've watched a lot of footage of the best NBA shooters with really great range. Guys like Trae Young, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, and they all get that wrist back nice and far when they get it up here to their set point. And that allows them to get a good quick snap and add a lot of extra power and range without having to put a lot of effort into the shot. Fourth big tip, and you might have heard this one before, but I'm going to give you some specifics. Get your legs into it. If you're not getting your legs involved and you're trying to do everything with your arms, it's going to be a lot harder to actually use your arms to aim and be accurate with them, because you're trying to put so much force in that things can start to get out of whack, right? So if you can get your legs to produce more of that power and synchronize that ball movement coming up with your hips coming up, you're going to get a lot more power into that shot. So think about hips up, ball up, and then also focus on your joints. You want to get your hips back a little bit, so now they're bent. That'll also help bend your knees, and then get on your toes and bend those ankles, so that way you got all 3 of those joints putting power into the shot. You're going to be able to get the ball to the rim a lot easier, and you can focus more on aiming and not so much on heaving it just to get it there. And 5th tip, and this is what I see with a lot of younger players when they're trying to get the shot to the rim from the three-point line. A lot of times to do that, they feel like they really have to load up. So I talked about loading up your hips and your knees and your ankles, right? And you want to do that, but when they feel like they have to do that, a lot of times they'll slow everything down. And when you're slower, you're actually less powerful. So you want to have that happen quick. So get into a good rhythm so you can synchronize everything happening up and down at the same time without slowing that shot down. That's going to take all the power right out of your shot and make it harder to be accurate. So that YouTube video with that tip I told you I give a lot of my players that helps them make a lot more shots literally in seconds is right here. That's going to help you with three-pointers, free throws, 15 feet, 10 feet, anywhere. Literally in seconds, that'll help you a ton. Click the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon, and I'll catch you in this video next.